Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. In this one, we are... Look at all those sand castings. I hope we're keeping up with those. Someday I'm gonna have to build those on trains. I don't know why we haven't yet. I guess they do go onto trains eventually, so they kind of are on trains. Anyway, in the last episode, we got our hot air setup going, and now we are hopefully gonna have that ready to go as soon as this research finishes, which is probably not going to happen in this episode because we're gonna run out of vat brains very soon. And that is the point at which we get sad because research stops. But we've been so efficient with our research. Cotton Guts have maintained their production. I wonder if we've rendered Cotton Guts at all recently. Oh yeah. We might have rendered Cotton Guts for brains. Like, as soon as the brains get taken, let's just put that at 1%. And then, do I have Slaughterhouse Tier 2 yet? I forget. Yeah, we've unlocked that. Okay. And they are kind of expensive. Latex, 30 circuits, 50 duralumin, 40 lead, 20 engines, which is like... Jesus. Like 2,000 small parts. Okay. Let's just make sure we actually have some. We do. Okay. So that means I can upgrade these one little block at a time. Nice. And these are already upgraded to red belt, which means I'm gonna have to do stack inserters at some point or something. And then, oh yeah, we upgraded these, but we didn't put the new modules in them. All right, I'll upgrade those two as well. And now we need to grab more AUG Mark IIs and put them in. Gosh, look at how fast these are making AUG pups. That's crazy. You remember when these flora and fauna recipes took like 10 minutes each? Not anymore. Not anymore. Look at how fast this belt is moving. This is stacked. This is a stacked belt that is moving that fast. We're gonna need the stacking 4 research pretty soon to get even more belt density. All right, so Cadaveric Arum is also on our list. And yeah, I mean, it's not anything fancy. It's literally just coal gas, soil, and sand, and stone wool. I guess stone wool and coal gas are the only things we import. And we'll make soil on site. So... pretty chill, and I guess because of how the DMS stuff works, I'll probably, let's see. Is the DMS needed in a bunch of things? Yeah, we're gonna need DMS on trains, so we'll just put DMS on trains. Which means I don't need to worry about MSA being made here. MSA can be made anywhere. Because yeah, if you make the seeds, this doesn't work out, right? Because we're using 8.3 cadaverics to make enough seeds to make one cadaveric. I guess, is that technically still positive? I guess it is. But barely. But that's okay, because that just means most of this loop is going to make DMS. Or you can send cadaveric straight to seed, in which case most of the loop ends up going to making cadaverics. So you can kind of, you know, net whichever one you want to net. Either way, I don't think I'm going to do 48, and I don't know if I have coal gas on trains. So we should probably provide coal gas somewhere. Didn't we set it up like down here? Of all places? Yeah. So weird. So weird. Okay, so we've got coal gas down here, so I might as well just fill coal gas down here then. All right. And that'll just come alongside the aromatics here, I guess. Yeah. And it'll go up. Yes, I see the problem. Don't worry. All right. And then here I will do a pump out. Okay. And then we're gonna need a few more robo ports for this. That'll connect those, and that's all connected. Okay. That should do it. It'll take a hot second to get set up, but that should allow me to use this coal gas now. Which should be plenty. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So that's done, and now let's see. Cadaveric, Arum, needed stone wool, which I don't remember if that's on trains. I think it is, actually. Yeah, it is. I don't know where I'm making it, but it's coming in on trains. I guess we need to make sure we're making enough of it. I feel like it's something I would have made up here. And yet, I hath not found it up here. Where did we make stone wool? I haven't the faintest memory, to be honest. Ah, well, I was really close. These are 0.825 a second. Okay, you can't do... I'm just seeing if you can prod. Can you prod the fiber? No. Okay, never mind. All right, anyway, back to this. We probably want to speed him up just a little bit, like maybe a 2-2. Or a 4-1 even. Yeah, it's only 2 megawatts. And that'll get me 0.8 of a module, which should boost the speed by about 2/3-ish. A little bit less. Anyway, back to Cadaveric Arum. We're going to need a request. We have room for here for stone wool. And a request for coal gas, which I have room for over there. So should be easy enough. 25 stone wool, and you're gonna be coal gas. It's just all of it. It doesn't matter. It's basically free. And that gets that set up. Yeah, I mean, most of this build is just a million of these things. So, and I am going to do a sushi belt. And I am just going to build it in front of the trains. I'm just going to have to trust that we don't need train stations all the way out to here. Go like right here is the start. And then landfill. Landfill all that. At least to like here. Okay. And then definitely gonna need another RoboPort there. And I'll just do the classic sushi loop. This is very annoying. I hate it when buildings have two inputs or an input and an output, and they put them catty corner like this, because it means you can't build the buildings next to each other. You can do them in pairs like this now that we have the ability to, you know, flip fluid inputs and stuff, but that's still just not great. All right, well, that's the best we can do. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with this many. I mean, I guess I could almost double that without much work. So we'll start with a few more. Okay, and then I guess the fluid, I should have thought of that. Like that. Okay. Don't ask why I'm not blueprinting it. I won't tell you. I have no good reason. Is the reason. Sometimes there's just maybe something slightly satisfying about doing some manual labor for once. It's not like I'm actually building it, you know. The bots are still doing all the hard work. All right, and then that one, and then that one. All right, so that'll do it for that. And then we've got, as far as rates, 48 buildings for 6 items, 7, 8, 9 items a second. That's still only like point whatever of a item per second per building. So as far as items in and out, I think we're not going to struggle very much on that one. get that plopped in for every set of 4. And then, yeah, I mean, from here, things are pretty chill. We're gonna need a mixer. I would like that a lot better if it lined up. That's much nicer. Okay, and then we need, of course, power connection to the whole thing. We're gonna need some lamps in random spots. Can I make these yet? No, I need to do this research. Okay. Oh, I guess we need acid gas too. Shoot. Well. Okay, well, we're gonna provide the DMS there, and then I'll have to request acid gas. Ooh. We've run out of bolts. All right, acid, gas. I don't know how much we need. And then this is gonna have to change to be here. This one. Can just go there. Okay, bots are really going to be unhappy about that for a while. It's okay, they'll get over it. And then acid gas is now up here. Over here. There's probably going to be a couple of these buildings. I guess acid gas should go like this. And then beep, 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 beep. Like that. Okay. Nursery Mark 1. Replace. Okay. So then that's good. And then these guys need to all run. Based on how many cadaverics there are. We'll say 100 is good. Make sure we actually get all the buildings. Okay. And then from there, we need some more lampage. Oh, and more RoboPort action, of course. Yes. Okay. And then we're getting there. Now we're gonna need an import belt. That was for future guar stuff. You know, I might actually need more space, I just realized. Stone wool and what was the other thing? I think that was the only thing for now. And then that'll come up and over. And then we're gonna make the soil and stuff on site. We said. So I guess we need a sand build. When do I get soil extractor? We have them. We need some soil extractor Mark II. All right, let's throw it in here. Soiled soil extractor Mark II. We'll say 2 of them. And then that means we get to throw soil extractor on here. And that should be it. Yeah, we got all that stuff. Okay. So that's done. And then... So one of those on soil. And then we need a washer. And then that is also getting water. But then we're sinkholing the muddy sludge. Probably some sort of ratio I should be adhering to, but I'm not going to worry about it. Because we'll just do it this way. And now we have soil and sand. All right. Now, one of those needs to get loaded. So the inside of the belt has the cadaveric arums. We should probably have the inside of the belt have the soil. So this will be the soil. And we'll say 600 for that. This one will be sand. And that's probably just like 100. Yeah, 1/8 of that. So 80. And then the stone wool is even less, 1/5 of that. So like 40. I just don't think we should go lower than 40. This is why I said 40, because it's technically less than that. And then we need the seeds, of course, which we'll deal with in a second. But yeah, so this will be the cadaverics. Why am I doing 2 inserters each? I don't know. All right, and then there's the seeds out. Wait, if I do this smart-wise, we can figure this out. Because then I can do this. And then I can do this, which I don't normally do, but I will in this case. I approve of this message. I'm Krydax and I approve of this message. Okay, and so that will put the seeds also onto the same belt. And then those get loaded. Onto that belt. What's this? Oh, we're just still waiting on that. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Nothing to fear, folks. So anyway, that's getting replaced, and this needs to have a condition for cadaveric arum seeds. Less than the same amount as sand, which I think we had at 80. And then we need to pull cadaverics off the belt. And so 5 seeds makes 6 cadaverics, but that's only with the turd. which we haven't done yet. And I'm still a little ways away from that, because we have to do chitin processing first as a research. Oh my god, we have to do a lot of research. Holy research is Batman. We have to go really deep before we can do the cadaveric turd. So, for now, these are gonna have to be a different recipe, which is just the regular, which is... By the way, I'm gonna need how many cadaverics to get started here? 4 makes 8 seeds, 5 seeds makes 4, which makes 8 more seeds. So we net 3 seeds per loop. Okay. Anyway, all that to say, the DMS is not even gonna be an option for now. So we'll just have to only run... We're gonna have to have some sort of like measurement where we only run these if like seeds are backed up to like here or something. Sure. Enable if seeds equal 4. Okay. All right, so that's good. Otherwise, these will be the ones that run, maximizing our seed output, and that gets fed onto there. And then this just splits and goes up to there. Output priority right. And then the rest of the cadaverics will get loaded into our beautiful provider here. Cadaveric Arum, they stack to 50, so we'll say 1,050. All right. I think for the most part, we've actually accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. Cool. 27 minutes into the episode, we still got a few minutes left. How close are we to a shipment of vat brains again? Probably not very close. Can never find them. We are at... We're actually at 317. What's the shipment again? Is it 500 or 400? I guess we can find out by looking at our consumption. I think it's 500. Yeah, because there's 3 bumps and it's 1,500 almost exactly. So it's 500 per bump. But I mean, that's great news. That means we're almost ready for another one, which is another 1.4 researches basically. And then these are all going to go really fast because they use less time. The time is the important part here. Those are only 90 seconds per grouping instead of 120. So it'll research faster. Especially this, you know, this one is twice as fast and only 750 groupings. So those will go real fast. Part of me doesn't want to waste vat brains on those at all. Do I have a button to turn off vat brains for when I'm doing research that isn't expensive? I should. I've got a million buttons here. Do I have that button? Do I have a no vat brains button? So these insert if thermometer high is positive. So I guess I just need a mixture, a signal that runs. So it'll output a negative thermometer high, and it'll output a single check mark. So it'll say run lab without vat brains. And don't insert vat brains. Which is different than what this one does. And don't insert vat brains. Thermometer high, -1. So if we turn that on, that's what we turn on when we're doing cheap researches. So as soon as hot air stage 3 is done, we want to turn that on. Which means I wish I could tell it to like pause research once I'm done with that, but we can't. And obviously those are missing the material for construction for reasons that we all understand. And we need some power connections, I guess, between buildings. And I guess we're gonna need like a bridge the gap situation here. Cool. So that should do it for Cadaveric. Gotta keep throwing more Mark II AUGs in here. How's AUG production? Oh, look at that. It's ramped up over time. Look at that. We're doing 20 a minute for a very long time. Then we were doing 40 a minute. Now we're doing like 150 a minute. Jeez, we're cranking. Now remember, the end goal here is, isn't it like 360 a minute, 6 a second? So we're still not even halfway there. That's crazy. That's wild that we're not even halfway there. Yeah, we'll upgrade this last one, and then all the repro complexes will be done. Like, I'm doubting that our moss loading and unloading can even keep up here. What are we at? 110 stacks? So I guess we go to 70 stacks of moss now. Quest threshold 40. 80 stacks of moss. 55 biomass, that's 135. I can still go to like 85 stacks of moss. Okay. Yeah, but I don't even know if these can keep up. I guess it's keeping up for now. Yikes. Alright, what else do we need to do right now? I don't know, I think that does it. I guess I could prep for the cadaveric and quality cotton gut food. Let's see, how do I do that? So Shift E, quality, cotton gut food, made in automated factory, Mark II. I'm going to preemptively say we're not doing more than one each. Given they're going to have speed modules and prod modules, I think that's going to be sufficient. And yeah, we're just going to copy this setup for each building. This one needs steam. The requester chest is almost accurate. It's a lot of the same stuff. Seeds, flora, seaweed. It needs plastic instead of tin. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of overlap between all these. Okay, so quality cotton gut food, cadaveric, Arum is ready to go. I guess we need to, that's what we were saying. We need to get the original codices. So we're going to need 4 cadaverics to start the loop to get seeds, plus 2 more. So we're going to need 3 craftings of this to get things started. And they only have 4 module slots, which is good. That means they'll go relatively fast. Oh, but they only have a crafting speed of 0.1. So their final speed is 0.5 instead of 1.0. That's weird. That's actually really weird. Anyway, so we're going to need 3 flower DNA samples and 3 tropical tree DNA samples. And I can't believe it, but we're almost done with this episode. Goodness. How the flime ties. Where am I going? Over here. So the flower is Ralasia, and the tropical tree is Yotoi. So I need 3 Ralasia, 3 Yotoi. And then we change recipe over to flour. Wow, that really is crazy how many packs it needs sometimes. Apparently we already had some Yotoi. Okay, so that'll get done. What's the crafting speed? 3. So it's 100 seconds. So that's only a 5-minute timer there for that to be done. And then once that's done, we'll need 3 tropical trees, and then we'll need to craft 6 cadaveric codices, and we'll have 6 cadaveric arms. Done, done, done. All right. I mean, given that it feels like we should just do another 2. And then that'll make the initial startup way faster. To have 6 plants rather than 2 to start things up. Now I am waiting for a wave of logistics bots, which are coming from here. You know what I just realized? I forgot to turn all of these into tier 2 buildings. I mean, first of all, I forgot to prod those circuit ones at all. But we could be getting cheaper red circuits, my dudes. Oh my gosh, and we need to rebuild all of this to use the cables from trains. All right, rebuild C2. Only slightly. It's not a full rebuild. But we do very much want chip shooter machine Mark II. Oh. Never mind, we have to research that. Okay. To get PCBs, pulp mills, and electronics factories and chip shooters. Okay. Well, we'll do that eventually. Oh yeah, neuroprocessors keep taking our brains. The zombies took our brains. The neuroprocessors took our brains. It's just a funny thing to say is all. Anyway, I can probably extend this warehouse a bit. And then, or no, is it already max length? Yeah, it is. I cannot extend that warehouse. And we're at 301. Bummer. Bummer, dude. I'm gonna have to use this one for cable. And Did I decide I'm doing air core inductors on trains or not? Where all are they needed? Circuits, neuroprocessors, toroidal inductor. I mean, so they're going to be needed whenever we make circuits. But otherwise, they're only needed in the auto mall. So I guess I'm okay just making these on site each time, because that's only going to be 3 times. And I'm always going to have prod buildings like set up. I don't know. It feels like it's six of one, half dozen of the other situation where it's like I could make air core inductors over here and load them into a bulk provider and then just request them. So I don't know. I don't know which is better. They both work. Do we have tier 2 HPFs? No, we also don't. That'll be a good one too. There's a lot of high pressure furnaces where prod will help. Okay. Well, anyway, my inventory should be good to go now. Wait, where are those going? What the heck? They got whisked away. Oh, apparently... Actually, I have no idea where those went. It should have been one of these 4 requesters. Alt F. Flower DNA sample. What the heck? No storage found. Alright guys, I'm losing my mind. That just finished a craft. It had to have put the item into here. It had to have gotten picked up. Oh, they're going into here. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, and it's still gonna make 2 more. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And then... get rid of a couple random things here. Yeah, and then... and then we'll switch that over to Yotoi here in a second, which we already have the 5 codices for. So that's perfect. And that should do it. Then at that point, we're waiting for the cadaveric research. Surely Vat Brains is close. Well, it would be if we didn't have a gap right there. All right, and then I think before the end of the episode, the last thing we'll do is finish off the Mark 2s here. It seems that we are limited by rate here. So let's do that, and then we need to upgrade the belt. There. Goodness. And then that one's getting the final Aug Mark 2s. And at this point, we are up to... Well, it's slowing down because of the water shortage, I think. Which is also wild to me. We could also speed up our manure just by adding the AUG Mark IIs to double our manure production, but I don't think manure has been an issue. Yeah, it only pops up for a few minutes every hour. Maybe about 20% of the time as it's running, maybe less. So that's not a big deal. I don't need to speed that up. I need to improve ASP. I need to improve... I don't get Chem Plant 2s yet. I'm still, like, mad about these battery recipes. I mean, the amount of sodium hydroxide for that one's just nuts. I'm like, is that ever worth it? But then the 30 cyanic acid is also a lot, so maybe I'm crazy for not doing this one, I guess, would be the other one to do. Because this one's crazy on the hydroxide. And that's 10 hydroxide per battery. But then again, 30 cyanic per battery is also a lot. When you think about it. What's my battery consumption? 22 minutes. So if we're doing 30 cyanic per battery, that's 600. That's 10 cyanic a second just for batteries. Maybe when you look at it that way. But if we make cyanic this way, that's really not that bad. That's only 30 ammonia and 30 methane and 6 coal per second. Which is not bad, because we have this way to make ammonia now. So 60 acetone and 60 syngas a second for batteries. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't know. I think we're fine. I'm forgetting how I prioritized all the... Like, are we ever using this cyanic anymore? Because I think we're always using this cyanic first. But then all this urea is going to ammonia. Oh, these should be prodded and speeded. There's an easy win. There's 10% more ammonia from urea. But anyway, this is on channel 3, so this is consuming the byproduct urea. Now, are we voiding this urea? No, it is just backing up. So it will back up eventually. So once that backs up... Oh, that's not going to have power. There's so many intertwining priorities here. Because, like, if I have... And I need to be done with the episode, but... If I have extra meat, I definitely want to use the cyanic from meat. But this isn't that expensive of a cyanic recipe. And urea... Well, I forget. Is it good for... What all is urea good for again? I mean, it's used in a lot of things, but, like, ammonia is most of it. So as long as we have enough for all the other things, it's fine to throw the rest at ammonia. So then in that sense, I'm okay using this ammonia. It's such a weird vibe. This ammonia is at priority 0. This urea is requested at -1. Let's request it at -2 just to make sure this is really the last place we're putting ammonia. Or urea. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, so then up here we've got plenty of acetone, which then goes to here. Yeah, Z3 reagent is already set up. That's really funny. Anyway, we're making not very much here because we didn't beacon it. Oops. And why is MIBC? Oh, those are dead because I didn't... What the heck? Cridax. What gives, bro? Weird. Just like straight up forgot to connect things. Okay, cool. That'll get fixed. Anyway, we'll prod the MIBC, and we need to beacon the org solve here. So let's go 3, 2. Probably 4, or I mean 2. Yeah, 2 on speed should be fine. And then over here like that. Yeah. Which makes me feel like this can just be a 3. 3-1 maybe. Okay. So that'll speed that up, and that's getting ammonia. And there's all sorts of weird things happening with ammonia here. So that is just directly plopping into ammonia. And we've got a big storage here. And this is getting voided if it gets too full. So here, if ammonia is less than 120k, that outputs the org solve signal, which says to enable filling this guy, which is main org solve. Shouldn't that always be filled? Why is this pump only on? I'm a little concerned about this. Hold on. Why is this pump only? Shouldn't this pump be always on? Because don't we want org solve to just back up naturally anyway? Like, why is this pump only on if organic solvent is greater than 0? Is that a mistake? I think that's a mistake. Leave a comment if you have alternative thoughts, but I'm pretty sure this is a mistake. Because we want organic solvent to back up at all times. And why is that an over... Wait. Sorry, there's a separate organic... Never mind. That's priority 0. This is priority 10. Got it. Okay. That's right. So we're fine. So org solve is filling up at all times, this one. But then it fills up an even higher priority one that'll get used like it's a byproduct ahead of other byproduct org solves maybe. That's fine. And then it just gets voided. So that one's actually correct. So that way there's ammonia flowing if ammonia is less than 120k. Then we have another thing going on, Once it gets above 200K, this turns on to the ammonia byproduct channel. We turn on A2. So that means things that are requesting ammonia byproduct will request from here. And once it's above 120K, it'll stop voiding org solve. Okay, and then eventually, if it ever gets above 450K, which would be about 60% or so, so it's still not going to be overflowing, then it would bump the priority up by 20. And its current priority is -1 as a provider. So the question is, and I think I've already asked and answered this question, and I just don't remember where I landed. Do we want to be using this org solve wasted ammonia? Like basically just imagine org solve isn't part of the output and it's just two acetone, 2 syngas make 1 ammonia. Do we want to use that? Or do we want to use this ammonia first when we request ammonia? That's the question. Because right now we are using this ammonia first. And I think that's what we want. Because that ammonia is coming from the lowest rung of urea request. And we're getting a bunch of urea from all this blood that we have anyway. So it feels... Heck, I can even upgrade a couple of these now. It feels like we are just getting free ammonia this way by using this up. So I think we should do it that way. Because why use the acetone and syngas if we don't need to? Because this urea can't do anything else by itself. And we're already making sure we provide to other places first. And this is always going to be running pretty consistently, so it's not like we're going to have weird request issues or something. So I think we're fine to do it the way we're doing it. All right, what train is stuck? How did you get stone in you? We found another problem, didn't we? Huh. Okay, those are actually setting filters. It's one of the trash providers broke things, as usual. I need a shift click. I always forget about shift click. I need to be done with the episode. I don't know what could have broken it. That's the one we already looked at, right? Wait, but those have stone on them. That one's currently busted. Interesting. I wonder why. How does that happen? How did the molybdenum trash provide get busted? How long has it been busted? Shouldn't be possible, right? There's also only 4 loaders, so it couldn't even be that weird locked slot issue that we ran into a while ago. But I mean, this is definitely what caused the issue. But how did this issue happen? That is outputting to the cybernetic combinator. 2 locked slots. So that should be fine. Secondary inventory. Channel 2. We realized the lock slots on that doesn't matter. Tested that. I'm like 95% sure we tested that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Let's do a quick save. And then let's see, like, if I load, what's the oldest save? We'll load this one. Just to see if that's already messed up from like hours and hours and hours ago. Because this is the kind of thing that can take forever to show an issue. Yeah, see, that's already jacked up back then, so it's been jacked up forever. It just took a while to show. Okay, well, we'll fix this train and then we'll call it. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Also, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate something else, happy whatever it is that you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate anything, I just hope you have a great day and a great week. Stay warm, stay happy, stay healthy, and hopefully you have some people that you love that you can spend time with. And I guess if you don't, that's a hard thing. And I wish you the best. So anyway, yeah, I love you all. Thanks for being part of the crew, and we'll see you in the next episode.